How you guys doing? Welcome to the 414 Morning Podcast. I am Armando.
I'm Daryl.
This podcast has no limit.
I wish we had some cash money though. Sponsorships, you know.
So let's deep into it, right? So
I got scars unhealed, that money can't fix it. My brother turned to snake just for that quickly. Gay love, they gay hate, cause they mind will sick. I was 30 in the clock, cause the pot got thick. Damn, change ain't change, only change switch clips. Gotta ride with that drum, keep that clip by my hip. See the pain in my verse every time you hear me spit. They told me keep my circle tight, but that.
So some people probably don't even remember this era. Some people probably do. Some people probably just catching up on it.
Yeah.
But if you knew music, right, in the 90s, early 2000s, two, we'll say, groups kind of ran that era when it came to groups, as far as hip-hop. And that was Cash Money and No Limit. Well, we wouldn't even say groups per se, say labels.
Right.
Labels. So recently they came out now, October 25th. The Versus is back.
Yep.
And the two groups or two labels that they chose was Cash Money versus No Limit. So this is interesting for a lot of reasons.
Agreed.
For a lot of reasons. So I remember when I was listening to Cash Money, early Cash Money, right when Lil Wayne had braids. And I was listening to No Limit. I always chose Cash Money. I can't name a lot of, even when the songs were popular, and I know New Orleans and Cash Money and No Limit. And I know No Limit tried to mimic that little bounce that New Orleans have.
On a few occasions.
Yeah, so before we even get into it, I mean, my choice is Cash Money. I think Cash Money is going to win hands down. Before I even get into everything that I'm about to say, I'm just going, you don't even got to speculate.
Here's the thing for me. You remember the one with the Locks versus Dipset?
Yes. Oh,
So like Dipset should have easily just like ran them off the stage. The only way that I see Cash Money winning this is if if No Limit winning this is if Cash Money don't show up. And what I mean by that is, you know, like you got a stuck Birdman high off a sativa. You got BG just out of it, Turk, Juvenile. Like, all of them would have to, it would have to be a perfect storm of mess to happen.
Yeah, but you got to think about it. The greatest hits that No Limit had during that time, one was Mystical. Mystical is locked back up for rape. So Mystical is...
Oh,
yes.
No, he been in there.
Yeah, rape. So Mystical isn't showing up.
Nope.
And that was their best hits, Mystical. And then you want to go back down the line.
See, Murder ain't showing up.
You want to say C Murder. C Murder isn't getting out of jail. So
a few of them are dead.
yeah, so you got to think about it. The people that had the best hits and the best songs during that time
Are unavailable.
So even if Cash Money don't show up, let's just say Juvenile and Lil Wayne show up. The music during that time is still better than whatever No Limit is going to throw out there.
So let me ask you this, because like that was something I was kind of curious about. Are they going to basically have like representatives? You know, like is it going to be like Birdman, Manny Fresh, Master P and Romeo? I'm assuming something like that, because
yeah, but
like, you raise a good point. Their roster's not there.
Yeah, because let's say that they just came off a tour. Cash Money just came off the anniversary tour, right? So the only person that we can see that's BG and Birdman always got this hate-love relationship. They always into it, depending on. But when it's about money, they both about their money.
Yeah.
So I feel like they'll show up. So the only person that I see not showing up, but that party wasn't even on most of the hits, and at that time him and Wayne rapped and sounded alike, was Turk. Turk
Oh,
is
yeah.
suing. So Turk is suing Cash Money for getting kicked off the anniversary tour. So, but other than that, I see Manny Fresh showing up. I see
Yeah.
Birdman showing up. Wayne will show up, right? Because I doubt if they did this without getting a cosign from Wayne, right? But if we
Yeah.
look at the early 2000s, before Wayne was Wayne, the person that was holding down Cash Money
Juvenile.
was Juvenile,
And
right?
who's getting ready to release a new album?
Juvenile, right? And then the other person was BG. Then it went Wayne. You know what I'm saying? So you get what I'm saying? So Wayne necessarily don't even have to show up for this for them to drop some of those early Cash Money hits,
Mhm.
right? Because he was like doing hooks and he was doing some features, but you don't necessarily even need him like
Right.
that. That get him over the top, of course.
Right, 3 verses. It was like you said, BG, Juvie, Turk.
Yeah. And then you know Manny Fresh is showing up. You know Wayne is showing up. You get what I'm saying? So the main guys
Mm-hmm.
for Cash Money, I feel like will show up.
Yeah,
Besides Master P, who else? Because, look, I mean, if you want to throw some little Romeo tracks out there, but technically he wasn't even a part of that era. So
he was the new No Limit actually.
yeah, but now if we want to do new Cash Money, then we can go to
we gotta
Young
go to
Thug and you know what I'm saying?
Right, and that's still a dangerous game to play because
Right.
like you gotta look at it like that updated Cash Money roster.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
But then you have to look at the Young Money era of Cash Money. Like it's
that's what I'm saying. So like, do you really want to start going down a bitch? Because nigga, our bitch is stronger than yours.
right.
You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like you probably had a
Our
good
bench is available.
yeah, you had a good point guard, but other than that, this shit was trash.
Yeah.
And you can't even go to the bench because you start looking around like you get no. No, he on IR too. No, can he? No, DMP. Can he? Oh, we traded him. We don't got him no more.
Because what I think
He was on a 10-day contract. Oh damn, no, not him
So,
either.
so
You get
in
what I'm
order,
saying?
in order to make this probably like entertaining, they're gonna have to like No Limit. They're gonna have to probably like dig into. You mentioned it off camera, like people who like remixed or kind of like stole like the cadence to the songs. So like maybe you'll have a YG appearance. Maybe you'll even have an ASAP Rocky appearance.
Yeah, because
like you're gonna have to do that.
think about it. The last thing No Limit came out and did, C Murder verse, down for my niggas, right?
Mhm.
Monica did that. Monica did his verse,
Yeah,
but guess who's going on tour?
Monica.
Monica. So you don't have that. You get what I'm saying? Like
she's unavailable.
she's unavailable. So you get what I'm saying? So it's like, did they think about this? That's what I'm like. Did they really think this through?
So no, because I feel like what I was trying to like tell you before, if we were talking about like you line it up and then you say like who's overall success, then like you can make an argument for No Limit. Like I saw in 1998 alone, No Limit released 23 albums, 10 went platinum, 11 went gold. Like you're not really getting like those type of numbers from like a label, let alone like technically No Limit is a click too. So you're not getting like that type of output or
Yeah.
you're not getting those type of numbers
Yeah.
from really anyone. But
Yeah. Even
we're not talking about numbers.
even if we circling back,
Mhm.
right? Because I mean, we of course LA is right next door to Vegas,
Yeah.
so you could throw a Snoop out there.
Yeah.
But I can't even remember, to be honest, Snoop No Limit days. I can't even remember songs,
I think it was just like one Snoop Dogg album. If I'm not
right? And I
mistaken.
can't even remember. I can't name you one song off that album. I can't even remember a Snoop. Besides me knowing that he was there, I
Mhm.
can't even tell you the songs and how well those songs did. You get what I'm saying? So like you could throw Snoop out there, but what songs, what memorable songs does Snoop has that can match any of the Cash Money songs?
I'm looking at it. The album that he released, No Limit Top Dog.
That-
Nothing.
That just sounds trash in itself. That's what I'm saying.
There's
So
nothing on here that I recognize.
you get what I'm saying? So you will throw Snoop out there to do what? He'd probably come out there with Martha Stewart.
Like that's
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the people you can roll out there, right, it ain't gonna get the job done. Your biggest people are in jail.
Right, but also if we're keeping it strictly to the time period, Snoop Dogg cannot play anything before No Limit or after.
See, that's what I'm saying. So
He's useless then.
and that's what I'm really wrestling with, right? What eras are we doing? Are we stopping at like 2004 or
Right.
early 2000s? Like how far in the 90s are we going back?
Mhm.
You know, because like that's what I'm saying. I want to figure this out because it seemed like as people talking about it, then the goalposts keep getting moved,
Right.
and then it went to a versus, and now Master P like, no, we just gonna make it a celebration, like because
He was washed. It was over. It was over.
When you start saying, you know what,
Hey, we all just trying to have a good time, guys. Like
that's
this.
how you know. That's how you know. Like, hey, look, I'm not competing with you. I'm just out here for the runs.
Right. You know, like
I'm
win,
just trying to get the
lose,
sweat in.
win, lose, draw. Like we all had a good time. Got our heart rate up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then not just that, like a lot of people think because it's Cash Money and No Limit that when they get on stage it's gonna be a beef.
Mhm.
But if you paid attention to the documentary, people were trying to make them beef against each other.
Mhm.
BG have ties with No Limit.
True.
BG actually was in a group with one of the No Limit people before he even made it his way to Cash Money.
Yeah.
Right? Wayne has ties there. Manny has ties with both.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like they gonna be beefing on the stage where we gotta have security out there.
Right. Not at all.
It just I can see just a whole bunch of people on stage with Cash Money and Master P just sitting there.
Now here's my question, because one of No Limit's like last bigger songs featured BG. That's that See Murder song. Like now all y'all done heard of me.
Yeah.
Like do you allow BG to do the song?
Unless you start off that way.
You got to.
Or end it that way. That way it's a collab.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. You know, only thing that's gonna save No Limit is if Romeo come out with his commercial.
No, cause I listen to just about everything. So I've even given like Romeo's like albums and mixtapes a shot. Cause it's like, hey, like around the same age, like let's see like the maturation.
Mm-hmm.
His music improved, but nobody cares. Like you were already a dollar store ripoff of Bow Wow,
Mm-hmm.
and even then. Like, if we look at, like, just output, creativity and stuff, even for that, you were washed.
Yeah, because even if they try to throw Lil Romeo out there, then why can't we go farther into Wayne's career at that point and go with Fireman, go DJ, and why can't we go to the Carter 1, the Carter 2?
We don't even got to go that far. We could really, like, do, like, what? Baller Block and Lights Out. Like, we could...
Yeah.
We even got a 500 degrees, and we...
You know, so that's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm interested to see like how far are we going, because the farther No Limit try to go because they want to get quality music out, the worse it get for them.
It gets sad.
It like it's already like
It gets
hard for them.
It gets depressing because even like Cash Money's rough years were still probably better than No Limit's entire run.
Yeah. And another thing that I hate about this, and I have no problem with Vegas. I had fun when I was in Vegas.
Yeah.
And what happens in
I
Vegas,
didn't.
I have fun. So the reason I have fun is because I saw the Blue Men Group at Circus Soleil. I went to the Little Italy. And some other stuff that I just can't name on camera. But I have fun. But I basically have fun. But what I'm saying about Vegas is I feel like I understand tourist attraction, a lot of money there, a lot of people. But
Where are they doing it? Like, is it?
it's not even in the Sphere.
Oh,
Which it should be in the Sphere. You would think that if
right.
you want...
That would have been dope to be in the Sphere.
Yeah. But I feel like Superdome, right?
Yeah.
And the
New
reason
Orleans.
why, New Orleans,
Yeah.
right? And the reason I feel like that, like you already missed the opportunity with the Super Bowl with Wayne being there, right? You already lost the opportunity and that connection that the fans could have had with New Orleans and the music from New Orleans and the No Limit and Cash Money.
Uh-huh.
I feel like you should have afforded them that opportunity to have that versus there in New Orleans.
And I also feel like that's the only way that like No Limit is going to be able to make a show of it, because
Mhm.
that would have been cool. Like they're in the Superdome and then they come out on the tanks and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like because they're gonna have to do a
on the
lot
show.
of put on the show, do a lot of smoke and mirrors,
Mhm.
because and this is coming from someone that has heard the vast majority
Mhm.
of like No Limit records,
Yeah.
and we're talking about mainstream, unfortunately.
Mhm.
We're not talking about deep cuts.
Yeah.
Their mainstream and their deep cuts still don't stack.
Yeah.
Like the only thing is that they were like more prolific, but even at that point, like Prince was prolific. Prince is one of my favorite artists. He put out a lot of trash music. Just because you release a lot, don't mean that it's always quality.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I just feel like having it in New Orleans will keep that energy.
Yeah.
Right? Because Cash Money, old songs or not, those beats, many fresh made, you already know those 808s, those snares, like
Yeah.
signature snare, and then just the music alone, you know what I'm saying? Like you can vibe to with Cash Money. So you won't miss that energy, and so like you said, you can keep that vibe, you can keep everything going. That way it don't seem like they just getting smoked.
Right, but that's
the
the-
New Orleans, you know, because they gonna still vibe with it no matter what. Because a lot of people from there was probably there from the start into the finish. So a lot of them gonna be reminiscing. Oh, this is my track. This is
Yeah.
that. I think
And-
like you gonna miss that in
Right.
Vegas.
You are, because this is like No Limit has to put on the show.
Yeah.
They have to. So it would have worked if it were in New Orleans. Because they're going to have to, like, even though they're both, like, this is home court, for both of them, if they were able to, like, be there, they need that. They need the audience, and they need that age-appropriate audience that knows these songs.
Yeah, because the worst thing for them is, I picture like the NBA bubble when the Lakers won the championship, right? The most dangerous thing there was because it was a neutral site. Nobody was cheering for nobody, nobody on nobody's side.
Right.
But when you start peeling back the layers, who has the bigger household names? Cash Money. People still know a Manny Fresh, a Birdman,
Right.
a Lil Wayne, a Juvie, a Turk, a BG. Nope. Besides the business stuff Master P doing, right? They probably be like, oh, he rap?
Right.
Right? They be like, oh, Lil Romeo, the dude from the commercial rap for real? He put out, like, nobody know these names
I
from
mean,
Cash Money.
Yeah. I mean, there's also, like, just a group of people who don't even know that Lil Romeo actually rapped.
Yeah.
Like, he's just more now known for, like, his Christmas time Hallmark
Yeah, like,
movies.
how many of y'all can tell me who Fiend is? Who Mia X is?
Nobody.
Nobody. Those no limit, no limit artists.
Yeah.
Nobody know. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, you should have did yourself a favor and try to get it going to New Orleans, right? Even I had a hard trouble. So I went to some of the greatest hits of No Limit, right? Down for my niggas, right? I'm bout it. Make them say, it ain't my fault. Wobble wobble. Hootie Who. That's when they formed the group True. And if we were to add mystical stuff in there, you know, Shake It Fast, which I'm just throwing them hits now at this point, right? Because that, to me, that ain't even in that same little class.
Yeah.
Danger. That's another mystical track. But again, that was when he left. But
Right.
I'm just trying to throw him tracks right now.
Yeah.
Right? Iceman, that was Master P, right?
But as you mentioned, you can't even use the Mystical records because he's not available.
Yep. And then we go to No Limit Soldiers, which was one of probably the last few hits. But then we go to the Cash Money. Cash Money is an army. Back that ass up, right? Get your roll on. Bling bling. I need a hot girl. Number one stunner. Ha. You remember you about that big body Benz, huh? You know that
You ain't scared, huh? You want to bust this nigga head, huh? Like,
right? 400 degrees, right?
Oh, yeah. Wait, is that the? No, I'm thinking. I think that's what, Block on Fire or something.
Yep. Still fly. I need a project chick. I need a project chick. Yeah, I can't say the rest on camera.
Yeah.
Right? Set it off by Juvie. Set it off in this month. Right? The block is hot. Big ballin'. in my life, real big, car real big, shoe, like, you know what I'm saying, and then Shine, right? And then it's just so
Right.
many more. That's what I'm saying. Like,
But that we were talking about this the other day. You know it's sad when Birdman can wash you. Birdman can wash he can. Birdman can wash No Limit if need be. Not even like his little like featured stuff, like you know, like For My Town, Fire Flame and stuff. I'm talking about like Baby Birdman.
Yeah.
Like that album, like he could watch them by himself. They don't even need the heavy hitters to come out for
Man.
for Cash Money.
I try to Google some stuff. I try to ask Chat GPT. Hey, they couldn't even help me with you. They couldn't even help with No Limit.
Like a lot of these people, like Lil Rick, Skullduggery, Cain and Abel, Steady Mobbin, like Mr. Servon, like a lot is
That's what I said. The internet can't even help them, and that's what the internet is made for.
like
It's over.
It is. I mean, and then like, if you want to get into it, they really stopped. It says here 2006, and that was 2 Master P albums, America's Most Loved Bad Guy, and the Ultimate Master P, which sounds like it's like a greatest hits.
Yeah, it was.
And then somehow, Lil Romeo had a greatest hits in 2006. You had like an album and a half by then.
See what I mean?
No, he had 3, I think.
Yeah, but if you go
But
to
still, like,
if you go to Cash Money catalog, and if we go 2000 and 2006, I guarantee you.
you don't want that. You really.
Just for argument's sake, just for entertainment, right? Let's just do 2000. We do 2-year period. We just go 2004, 2006, because we'll make it fair. I'm just saying, like I don't think they thought this through.
What years?
We go 2004, 2006.
Okay, 2004 to 2006. Juvenile's greatest hits. You had the Carter. Oh, you had the Mind of Manny Fresh. That was hard.
Yep. See.
You had Birdman's Fast Money. You had the Carter 2.
You said like I don't.
And then 2006 to cap it off. Really, like, you could just pull from that, like Father Like Son. Like you had
Like my daddy, like all man.
So at least the 2 Carters, 4 or 5, and then like Father Like Son, and it's a wrap.
You get what I'm saying? So that's
If we go like from like No Limit's peak years, like 96 to 2000, roughly, 96 to 2000. You had BG's Chopper City. That was like the big one.
that was BG.
You had 97. You had Soldier Rags by Juvenile. You had It's All on You Volume 1 by BG. You had the Hot Boys Get It How You Live. The very underrated album. You had BG's It's All on You Volume 2. 1998. You had the Big Timers. How You Love That Volume 1 and 2. You have Juvenile's 400 Degrees.
You keep going. Thank you. I'm just getting ready to wrap up this body.
99. BG's Chopper City and Ghetto. Hot Boys Guerrilla Warfare.
I'm just trying to wipe off.
Lil Wayne's The Block Is Hot. Juvenile's The G Code. 2000. Big Timers, I Got That Work. You had Cash Money Millionaires. You had the Cash Money Millionaires Baller Blocking. Oh yeah, that why you blocking that? Like that was hard. BG's Checkmate, because that's kind of what this appears to be.
I'm sorry, just get my fingerprints off this.
Lil Wayne's Lights Out.
When the police come, I'll get off my fingerprints off this because we just killed this.
They haven't even hit their. Juvenile and BG have hit their stride. You had the Big Timers. We haven't even hit prime Lil Wayne yet. Oh, 01, you had Turks, Young and Thuggin', Juvenile's Project English.
Yeah.
2002, you had Lil Wayne's 500 Degrees. Big Timers, Hood Rich. You had Birdman's Birdman album. Well, Birdman Baby. Then you had their platinum hits by the end of that. So that's about the period that like the No Limit was at their prime, like 96 to 2002 ish. We haven't even. It's already sad, and it hasn't even gotten bad yet.
No Limit, just in the trash.
Right. So yeah, you're right, Master P. Like we just
having fun because right now
in the club we all fan. Like that's basically what he's doing right now. Like,
Yeah,
it's sad.
don't Bleach get her fingerprints and all that stuff? 'Cause they dead.
Yeah.
You see how they caught a body? I just don't want to leave my evidence for when the cops come around looking. I don't want to say I was here. That's it. 'Cause
But
just
I really do think like Cash Money's like BC team can like probably like give it to him, and that's like that Kevin Rudolph guy, Jay Sean. I think they could watch No Limit. The brief period when Omarion was a part of, hell, even Bow Wow when he was a part of Cash Money. It's
Tiger.
So yeah, the only thing that at that point, the only difference is that it almost seems like for every one Cash Money album, there were like 5 No Limit albums. But again,
Quality.
yeah,
Then when Cash Money they probably took their time, but when it came out, it was quality. It was hits.
right.
It wasn't just a whole bunch of stuff putting together. It
Right.
wasn't the fact that we went in the studio, let's put these songs together and stuff like that. It was just actually hits. And one thing, and that's why I appreciate not just about Cash Money records, just about just music in general.
Yeah.
In the early 90s and 2000s and 2010, like you can consistently listen to an album straight through. Right nowadays, you probably get 3 or 4 good songs on, and then the rest of it is just a whole bunch of crap. But then that's when CDs were like 18, 19, 20 songs. Now you get about 12 songs, if that at best. But I still feel cheated because the songs was only like a minute and a half and 2 minutes.
Right.
And if you realistically look at it, most of the songs nowadays is a bridge and it's a hook. So they not even really rapping. You're not getting a full 16 out of it. You're probably getting 8 to 10, bars out of it. And
Definitely
stuff.
not
So,
2 whole verses.
yeah, the substance ain't there and stuff, but that's a different story. But it just, I don't know what he's thinking. It needs to be relevant, and somehow they need to, get their music out there so people won't forget about them or something.
So, because I wouldn't be surprised that this might be some type of like bait and switch or like just something. Because I mean, like Master P, he's a savvy businessman, so I wouldn't be surprised that he does this with the expectation that it's gonna like cause people to go and listen to like No Limit stuff, and then because of the fact that they had such an output, you're gonna be forced to listen to like damn near hundreds like albums.
Yeah, but the crazy thing about this though is we know anything about verses, normally they perform.
Right.
That's why I'm interested because unlike Cash Money, so like think about it, back that ass up. Juvie could do that by himself. Right. If Lil Wayne wanted to chime in and do after, you'll say what back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you want to look at The Block Is Hot, Lil Wayne, and then they each take verses. Even if you want to take one of the main members out, Lil Turk. I mean, Turk wasn't even in a lot of those main songs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even Bling Bling, him and Lil Wayne share the votes. They could do that, right? But the thing about No Limit is it was a true group project. So the songs that they had that was their greatest hits, everybody shared a verse or some parts of it. So how do you do that without that? Like, how do you still bake the cake without the main ingredients?
Right. And for them, do they come out swinging immediately with like Make 'Em Say
Yeah, because think about it. Most of the main tracks, Master P wasn't really in those. Like he did what he did a little bit with the hype man, but
he was more like that intro guy.
Yeah, but he wasn't the rapper. That's why I say it's interesting. Unlike Cash Money, Birdman didn't necessarily even have to be on the track.
Because I mean, they can barely do Make 'Em Say Mystical is out. We'll see about like Mia. It's a whole lot of what ifs.
Yeah,
so I want to see like who's actually going to be there.
Silk the Shocker, non-rapping ass go be there. he probably still somewhere in the studio rapping off a beat.
But see, but that's the thing right there though. Like, does he then because now I feel like you got to rely on like features and stuff. So does he bring Maya out to do like moving on? Like because you need to, you're gonna have to do something in order to.
But it's still a difference because Silk the Soccer, he's a cool laid back guy.
Mm-hmm.
He had cool tracks. He has tracks where you get done playing it, you be like, that's cool.
Even had that song. That's cool.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? But when he get done playing it, you sit back there, you in the car, or you in the studio with him, you be like, yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
But when you listen to Cash Money, as soon as you hear dun 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 dun, dun you automatically boom, that gets you right into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You already know what Cash Money son getting on. That's what I'm saying. Like Silk, you want to rely on him. He got cool tracks. You got cool tracks versus anthems.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. Like, is really going to be mainstream versus underground.
Yeah. So, and I don't want to put No Limit down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing about No Limit and Cash Money, I can say they both got it from the dirt, if you want to say it like that.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't know that term, they both started from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They both came from the streets, the mud as they call, and they had a dream, they had money, and they wanted to make better life for themselves.
Right.
And that way was, expressing themselves through the music.
Yeah.
And they got the people that was with them on the block or that was with them in the hood, and they got them off of the block and out the hood and into the studio and made some good music.
Mm-hmm.
Even some of them weren't even really rappers, but it was the fact that, you know what, I got a different path for you. Some of them still chose that life even though they was making that money,
Mm-hmm.
but that was only because the music was trash.
Yeah.
So they went back to it. Or some people, they only know one thing. No matter what environment you try to put them into, they just know one thing.
Right. Or they were probably looking at it like, all right, fine, I'll do this album. Mm-hmm. Oh, the album went gold. Cool. Because that was the other thing about like No Limit, which is still a big deal.
Yeah.
Like they only had a distributor. I think like Priority Records was like their like distribution company. So basically everything that was coming in from like those album sales were going back to No Limit.
Whereas Cash Money, remember they even said it, Birdman, Slim Williams, Manny, they were selling them joints out the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
It's another out the hood. They was, hey, let's figure this out. Plus Universal Records is a way bigger than Priority, right? So it's like, you know what? And then people say what they want to say about Birdman. I mean, he's still a smart businessman, right? I mean, just look at the people on his roster and the life that he afforded himself and stuff. But it's just like, I appreciate both labels because, not too often do you see, African Americans that has nothing, that's known from being gangbangers, thugs, whatever you want to call them, and turning no hope into dreams, and turning those dreams into, stuff that you could pass down or say generational wealth. Because now look at both of them, right?
Yeah.
So
because that's a big deal too. Because even with everything that like that No Limit did, it's more than just like their music, their like music output. Yeah. Because Master P did definitely position his like children and then like their friends and stuff. DeMar DeRozan, very close friend of Romeo, like got him out the hood. Yeah. Because I think he was on like their like AAU team or whatever, and then like he also kind of like brokered that whole situation with USC. Then like even having like Romeo get his own show on Nickelodeon. His daughter Symphonique getting her own show on Nickelodeon, positioning them to like be successful outside of music.
Yeah, and I know I make fun of Lil Romeo in his commercials, but still, Master P sending people through school and showing them better ways, rebuilding the hood. Even Lil Wayne taking that money and people don't even talk about it. And I think that's another reason why he was hurt, because of the millions and millions and millions every year that he poured into the school system, to the parks, building, even the culture change, right?
Yeah.
Because think about it. You look at people like us, you thinking basketball. Me, I'm biracial, right? So probably thinking baseball, right? But it's something to do with sports. For him to sit up there taking people of color and saying, you know what, you could do something other than that, and pick up a skateboard. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like exposing them to different stuff.
Yeah.
That you normally don't see, right? Even the rock album that people talk about, oh man, Lil Wayne doing rock album, the album sucked, which was some of his greatest work if you actually sit up there and listen to it. But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it forces one person to transform your mind and to look at something else,
Right.
for you to change the way you think and the way you act, the way you look at stuff. It take one person to do something that's abnormal for you to be like, you know what, that is cool. And then more and more people go start doing it, and then now you created a different lane. Because it's like, why can't we be in those lanes? Why can't we be, you know what I'm saying, in those conversations? Why
Right.
can't we open those doors, right? It just take one person.
Yeah.
Right? And then you even look at it, like you said, Wayne birthed the whole sound.
Right.
We got Nicki out of it. We got Young Thug out of it. We got Drake out of it. Like, we got Tiger out of it. Like, we got a lot of different stuff. And look at Lil Wayne do his family. Like, his kids don't need for anything. So we talking about a young boy that was lost, shot himself, could have died, to now is a mega star.
Right. You know, like a correspondent on ESPN and stuff. He's basically like taking his dreams and then multiplied it.
Yeah, when have you thought that you would ever see somebody on ESPN with dreads, golds in their mouth, diamonds, tattoos on their face, talking sports? Well, like, I thought I'd never see that in a million years.
Right. And for him to be like so comfortable on it, but also them the host also being comfortable with him being on there.
Yeah, for him to be so cool, for him to be a nobody, for even the president that we like say you could. Now everybody could be the last the Lil Waynes, the LeBron James. Right? It's like, yeah, that's cool to have the president shout out your name.
Right.
Like, you got to be doing something good in life. Right? So I know I make fun of No Limit, but I just appreciate the grind.
Right.
And where they came from and where they at now.
$400 million empire.
Yeah. I mean, you're still going to lose. Me saying all that.
Right.
I'm just trying to soften the blow.
Right. But it's great to still have attention on, like, one of like the bigger record labels, let alone independent labels.
Yeah.
That really like show people like people follow the blueprint of No Limit.
Yeah.
Hell, even look at Macklemore. He did that. Like, he didn't get a record deal, he got a distribution deal, so that everything that was like coming in was basically his. He just had to pay them to press the albums.
Yeah. I don't know why I can't think of his name right now. From Chicago. One more, you gotta stop. Chance the Rapper.
Oh yeah,
same. Like, but a lot of rappers, if you look at it, especially these newer rappers, are doing those distribution deals. So that's what I'm saying. So like, they created a blueprint in the culture. They was probably years and years and years too early,
right?
For doing it, because now the distribution deals is rare as ass, because you're getting it off of the streaming and all the other stuff. So.
Right, like how prolific No Limit was. If they came out now and they were releasing that volume of music now,
it'd be a different conversation.
Yeah, the music still wouldn't be great, but like they would still have they would have so much more money. Like
they would have so much money.
Yeah, you would have to think about just like, man, like because who is that? Young Boy. Yeah. Like they would basically be like him. Like, oh man, you drop like every other month or whatever. Like I can't not see his albums. So, like shout out to like No Limit, Cash Money, but yeah, it is going to be a celebration.
It has to be. I
mean, because that's usually what they like call a funeral. Like when you don't want to refer to it as a funeral, we call it a celebration or like. Yeah. So, like shout out No Limit, but man,
Eric will be there.
Right. That's an insider right there. That's crazy.
Why not? Oh man! So Cash Money, just bring a bean pie for No Limit. they gonna need something to enjoy afterwards. Let us know what y'all thinking in comments.
Mhm.
Are y'all team Cash Money or y'all team No Limits?
Right.
Right. And what are some of y'all greatest hits that you remember from Cash Money and some of the greatest hits that you remember from No Limit? Like, and plus help us because I can't think of tracks that No Limit has that can go against Cash Money.
Or maybe like I was just too young to like really appreciate like that era because what like 96 to 2002 I was 6 to 12 years old.
Yeah,
so like maybe
yeah.
you know maybe some of that stuff I just didn't have an appreciation for it.
Yeah, but then me also when it comes to music.
Oh, Master P did also have that song Somebody's Watching Me.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
and Homies
Huh?
when he did the little but
That's not enough.
yeah, it's not enough. It's still not enough.
Right.
'Cause I don't know. Cause to me, like I feel like the difference between Cash Money and No Limit is No Limit made songs that if you was from around there, you would understand.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can vibe to. You like, damn, I get him. Even the words, the verbiage,
Mhm.
right? It's stuff that they probably said that probably hit hard. Well, because I'm not from there, I don't understand.
Right. I still don't know how to spell Wody.
Right? But the difference between Cash Money is the tracks were universal.
Mhm.
Like it don't care where you played it at. If you was in Japan, if you was in, North Carolina, if you was in Wisconsin, if you was in Chicago,
Right.
if you was in Canada, like it was universal.
Right.
Like
That the Dang Up is damn near 30 years old.
and you still playing, people are going, wow.
You don't even gotta. You hear a snippet of it. That the three like chords from the violin like stop
Yeah.
and it's over.
Yeah, so to me that's maybe that's why it didn't hit as hard because like even to this day, like if I can understand it, I can relate to it,
Mhm.
then I vibe to it. But if I don't understand it, I can't vibe to it, then it's like it's trash to me. It's like okay, the beats sound good, but I don't know, it just doesn't hit the same.
Outside of that, like this is also why it's important for like other things. Because I think No Limit they had like great album covers.
Yeah.
They had some real cool album covers. But this is also why it's important on like the other end for stuff. Their production wasn't good.
Nope.
Like their beat selection was not great. They like, but you can also hear that this was definitely like an in-house thing.
Yeah,
Where-
production was terrible
Yeah,
too.
and also music video.
Mhm.
Like they didn't have the best music video, and like you cannot argue. Well, it's a time period. Nah, because it was some fire coming out before their period, after their period.
The
Like-
best video they had though was the Toy Soldiers.
Oh yeah.
The animated one. The
Yeah.
Toy Soldiers, that was the best one.
But yeah, like me personally, they never really just like everything else that would have like kind of brought them up a level. They just didn't have it. They didn't have great beat selection. They didn't have like great engineering. Their engineering was not good.
Mm-mm.
Like it was not. You could tell that this was being recorded at somebody's house for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, I wish we can tell y'all how it's going to go, but right now they still trying to figure out the details, the rules, and what eras and all this other stuff.
Right.
But we just say stay tuned in October 25th. They don't got the time yet. Right now, they still trying to figure everything out. I think they trying to find who's going to help No Limit out.
Right.
I got scars on heel that money can't fix it. My brother turned to snake just for that quickly. Gay love, they gay hate cause they mind will sick. And I was 30 in the clock cause the pot got thick. Damn, change ain't change, only change switch clips. Gotta ride with that drum, keep that clip by my hip. See the pain in my verse every time you hear me spit. They told me keep my circle tight, but that bitch